So I get a lot of the same questions worded differently. I'm going to try to answer them all in a big, long-winded explanation. Okay, and that topic is like, how long does it actually take? Like, how long do gains, or whatever you want to call them, actually take? And it's a very loaded question, but I'll start by saying much longer than you think. Okay, people start any program with any coach or any avenue with hopefully a goal, an aspiration to do something, whether it's, gain size, lose size, get stronger, get faster, whatever. There's a number of factors that are going to go into the time in which it's going to take. I think people need to have a better reality on their journeys in this, and they'll actually be more successful because, generally speaking, any gains that you're going to make, whatever you're trying to do, it's going to be hard and it's going to be long. But, if it was easy, everyone would be walking around with, abs popping out and squatting 600 pounds and everything else. It's just not the case, okay? So I think one of the things you have to look at amongst everyone is training age versus actual age. So training age would be determined by how long the person has been training. And that can vary per person, how serious the training is, what levels they've been training at. Obviously, someone with a lower training age will progress much faster. They'll respond to stimuluses much differently. They'll require different base building and different stimuluses to get results or gains, and they'll come fast, okay? Someone with a longer, more experienced training age, it's going to take longer to get those. Now they're going to refine movements, refine diet techniques, refine training to get inches and pounds on their growth. Where are you on the spectrum of training age? Actual age, that matters a little bit. Obviously with recovery, I think recovery is probably your biggest. Adaptation rates, and then of course like wear and tear on the body. What you've accumulated, and mileage on your body if you're an older person, versus a younger person, et cetera, et cetera. So training age, actual age. I think another big piece, and this might ruffle some feathers, is I'll call people out on their commitment. People compare themselves, obviously, to when they set a goal, they're always comparing themselves to the best, the top end, or generally speaking. And not taking into account what they actually have done, how long it's actually taken them, and their commitment levels. So people think because they go to the gym, they work out for 45 minutes, and they check that box, and they go home and do whatever, they're doing the same thing. I'm committed. Now, yeah, you're committed, you have some discipline, but it's not even close to the same commitment. So it's kind of like what people think they're doing versus what they're actually doing, okay? It takes a lot more commitment to make big progress, and I'm talking top-end progress, than people think. Okay, it's not going to come easy. You get a lot more bang for your buck if your training age is low. Once you get seasoned, you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to tighten up your diet. You're going to have to recover. Being honest with where you fall on that spectrum is huge in your commitment. The more honest you are with yourself, the happier you'll be in your training. Okay, you will have realistic expectations, realistic goals, and you'll meet those goals. For the size piece, if your size, gaining size versus losing size, gaining muscle, like pure muscle, if you can put on a pound a month of pure muscle, or 75 pounds over 5 years, will be about as top end as you could possibly do. And there's only even a few guys today who are able to achieve that level of growth, and they're just genetic freaks who are absolute animals, who don't miss meals, who don't miss training sessions, doing everything right to get those goals, okay? So people, if you think of those numbers in relation to yourself, I think people need to have a better expectation of how fast it'll actually gain to get big. Most of the guys they're looking at have been training for 10, 20 years, eating right, eating the amounts it takes to get big, and it's always a lot more and a lot longer than you think. You need to respect the process. There's a reason why there's not a lot of complete monsters walking around. And same thing like, losing weight is the same thing. It's going to be a process as well, People, if you You say someone starts dieting at 40 years old, they don't learn anything, they're overweight. Okay, so it took you 40 years to get to your starting point. It's not going to reverse itself in 2 weeks or 6 weeks or 6 months. It's going to take some time. Okay, you're going to have to commit to that, and every pound's a good pound, but you just got to be realistic and commit to that. I think one of the biggest pieces and the longest time pieces that's always overlooked, or not always, often overlooked, is technique development. No matter what you are, what your sport is, what your discipline is, whoever you are, if you're just a regular gym goer doing bis and tris, chest and shoulders, like a normal body, like a bodybuilding split, or like an Olympic lifter or a power lifter, or whomever, technique is king. Anything from curls to power cleans needs to be addressed. You need to know how to contract muscles, isolate, what heads we're hitting, how we're going to manipulate our body through space to achieve the target we're trying to hit, or vice versa. And like a clean, how we're hitting triple extension, transferring power, speed, etc., etc. All pieces that whatever program you're doing need to be addressed. People always overlook it. They want to run before they can walk. You wouldn't go if you were like going to start playing football for the first time ever. You wouldn't just walk in to the equipment room, get handed a bunch of pads, go out in the field, and then be like, all right, Joe Blow, you're tight end, go. Not going to happen. You're going to spend a lot of time learning fundamentals and learning how to actually play the game, technique development, before you actually get out and play the game. Okay, it's the same thing in exercise and fitness. You need to learn, and I don't care what level you're at. It's just as important, like I said, for a curl, a fucking dumbbell curl, or a snatch, or anything. It's all very important. Don't overlook the minutia. Okay, it'll save you in the long run. It'll make you actually progress safer and longer, and actually progress. Period. The bottom line is knowing your why, being honest with yourself. You get what you put into the program. If you really want it, no matter what the goal is, you'll do it. And if you don't, you won't. And that's the bottom line. I'm pretty believe in a black or white thing. If you truly want it, if there's a will, there's a way. You'll figure it out. You'll overcome injuries. You'll put in the work. You'll hit your diet. Everything. You will do it. If you don't want to, you will not. And that's it. And if people accept that, and take ownership of that, they'll have much more success in their training. Because that is the bottom line. If there's a reason why you're not hitting something, it's on you. You need to realize, what am I not doing? What am I missing? Everyone's quick to point a finger at X, Y, and Z. What am I not doing? So if your goals are aligned and everything's in place, you'll hit it. You'll hit your target. Guaranteed. Okay? And that target may take longer than you think, but you will hit it. So that honesty piece will definitely make any program much more enjoyable and definitely successful.